Hey guys, this is my 2007 Toyota 4Runner, and I'm just gonna do a quick urban weekend setup bed platform for it. As you can see, we got about, I don't know, I'd say a 70-30 split here as my base. I had it all sanded down, and then I kept it pretty minimal. As you can see, I just have this Harbor Freight moving blanket on top so that it's not hard when you put your knees on it. But also I sanded it down because, makes the finish a little bit nicer. And then here I have two foam mattresses. Makes it so much more comfortable to sleep in, because if I only had this foam mattress, you kind of pierce through the mattress and then you end up hitting your weight down to this stiff wooden platform. I might eventually carpet it and get the nice carpet, but this works for now. I want you to know I do have the the model that came with the third row seats. So if yours came with the 5-seater, which is most common with the 4Runners, your build is going to have to be different than mine. I built mine to where if I was to lay this flat, I would be able to connect my platform into my seat. So no longer would I have to build a specific platform that would essentially cover this spot. So I know with the 5-seater, this backboard folds flat closer to the ground, and then the seat portion folds up. So that is something you want to keep in mind. But you could probably be pretty creative and be able to make a platform extended through here. And then you can see there's that gap here. So what I do when I sleep is essentially I slide this, I slide it back, and then that pretty much covers the gap. And then I turn my rear headrest facing back so that I have a little bit more of an extension if I need it, and it's plenty fine. I am shorter, so I fit in here perfectly, and I'll show you what that looks like. What my bed setup looks like, as you can see, you can come all the way across here. It's a little long, don't really care. I'm pretty much trying to get the most minimal to where I can sleep and still have storage in this area. And so what I like to do, I love to surf, so I'll actually put boards on this section, and whether longboard, I can actually fold this seat down and then fold this front seat all the way back so I can fit a longboard. I've fit about 2 to 3 surfboards in here while I'm out surfing for the week, and it works great. So the nice part is I don't have to take off these bench seats to make that work. And then I like to work from my car as well. So if I need to, I pretty much just fold my mattress up, and then once I have it folded up, same with the foam, foam topper, I'm pretty much able to work from this seat and pull it back. Okay, so here's where I store stuff. Usually a sleeping bag will go here, but it's starting to get hot. I got my running trail shoes. I got my flippers. Flip-flops, slippers, same thing. And then here, I pretty much have my wetsuit, extra beater flip-flops. I have a knockoff Jackery. And then what I like to do is on this side, I have all my cooking stuff. I got some ramen, pancit, and then I got my propane tanks. And then you can see back there, and I'll fold this out. You can see back there I have my stove. So I created this where I could actually lift up or slide, and then you could see pretty much all my gear in there. Stove, cooking kit, camping, and just Getting ready, got my stainless steel pans. I have my little brush set for cleaning the car. And then I can even flip this over, which is nice. So it just gives it a lot of usability for this platform. And then what I did is I took some spare plywood and I used that as a support. So I pretty much just built this by using scrap wood that I put on my, or that I used, scrap plywood from what I used on my 4Runner, or no, not my 4Runner, my Land Cruiser. And so you don't really need much. And if you want a more in-depth video of what my measurements were, I'd love to send that out if you guys are interested. But hopefully this is kind of more of an inspiration because all builds will be different. And then nice part too, you can see that big gap there. When I do sleep, like I mentioned, I can push it back, slides real nice. I'll have my legs hanging out over here, which works fine. And then if I am off-roading and I don't want these moving around, I have it built pretty flush to the wheel wells. I understand that you could definitely use this spot to essentially extend more room for a bigger bed platform, but honestly I don't really need to do that, and also it would make it too tall for my middle row seats. So that's what my thoughts were, and this is version 1.0, so maybe I go a little bit different later, but this is what I have for now. So hopefully you're able to be inspired and you use kind of what's necessary. You don't need super fancy things to go out and get out there, go camping and make something that works for you. You just, you don't need all the fancy drawers, and maybe I end up doing that. But, for now, I feel like build as you need is great. And then plenty of access down here, for moving stuff in and out. But also, if I need to use the third row seats, I can easily pull this out right away. And then if I want more space for storage, I can easily take this off because it's just an L-shaped platform there. And then I'd be able to load more stuff here and stuff like that, like snowboards and stuff. But yeah, hope this video is helpful. Hopefully it inspires you to create something with what you currently have, or very minimal, right? Took a sander to it, make the finish a little bit nicer, and it's worked out. I sleep in it probably a few times a week, and it's pretty nice. So go out there and go build what works for you.